Welcome to the fourth and final part of ranking the best racetrack in every U.S. state. Now, just like I have been doing with the other parts, there are a few rules. 1. I will not be including drag strips. And 2. The racing facility or racetrack must actively hold racing or are going to be holding racing events again as soon as 2026. Oh, and I kind of failed to mention this throughout the whole series, but you will not see any street courses on this list, as they are not permanent racing facilities. Now, on to the list. Again, I have been going through each state alphabetically. So next up is Pennsylvania. I like Pennsylvania's selection of racetracks. There is Williams Grove Speedway, UMI Motorsports Park, Port Royal Speedway, Lernerville Speedway, and Lincoln Speedway. However, I like Pocono Raceway, located in Long Pond, Pennsylvania. The Pocono Raceway is a 2.5-mile trioval that is shaped like a triangle and only features 3 unique turns. Turn 1 is based off of Trenton Speedway, which was shaped like a kidney bean. That track doesn't exist anymore. Turn 2 is based off of the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and Turn 3 is based off of the Milwaukee Mile. Pocono Raceway also features an infield road course as well. NASCAR is the main racing series that comes to Pocono Raceway. The NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, and the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series have all raced at Pocono Raceway. The ARCA Menard Series also races at Pocono Raceway. Pocono Raceway does not hold many racing events outside of NASCAR, but Pocono Raceway used to host IMSA and IndyCar races. IndyCar would leave Pocono after a series of scary wrecks and the tragic death of Justin Wilson. Pocono Raceway has been host to many memorable moments for NASCAR, but Pocono Raceway has also seen some of the worst crashes in NASCAR history. After 2010, the track would receive a backstretch wall with safer barriers, which has made Pocono Raceway a much safer track. Overall, Pocono Raceway is an iconic track, has great racing, and is the best racetrack in all of Pennsylvania. Next up is Rhode Island. With all the research I have done, I found out that there are actually no racetracks in all of Rhode Island. There is, however, Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park in Thompson, Connecticut, which is 4 minutes from the Rhode Island border, and Seekonk Speedway in Seekonk, Massachusetts, which is 5 minutes away from the Rhode Island border. With how small Rhode Island is, I guess there is no need for having a racetrack in Rhode Island. Next up is South Carolina. There are a great handful of tracks in South Carolina, like Lancaster Motor Speedway, Sumter Speedway, Florence Motor Speedway, and Carolina Motorsports Park. However, it would be criminal not to choose Darlington Raceway in Darlington, South Carolina. This track is very historic. This track opened as a 1.3-mile oval track in 1950. This track is known for having a wonky egg-shaped design. The story of the odd track design traces back to Darlington, South Carolina resident Harold Brasington. Long story short, he eventually got enough money to build Darlington Raceway and built the track on the lot of J.S. Ramsey, who was a friend of Brasington. Ramsey eventually became worried that the track would destroy a fish pond that he would regularly fish in. The solution? Make turns 1 and 2 of the track tighter than turns 3 and 4. This would prove to be a blessing in disguise, as the design and also the one-groove lane abrasive track surface would make Darlington one of the most unique racetracks in all of NASCAR. Darlington Raceway is most known for holding the Southern 500, which became the biggest race in all of NASCAR. Darlington Raceway is also home to NASCAR's Throwback Weekend, where drivers sport old paint schemes to honor NASCAR's past. Oh, and not to mention, Darlington Raceway has been on the NASCAR Cup Series schedule ever since 1950. The track even remained on the schedule after it was feared that the track would be potentially taken off the schedule around 2003. This is a great racetrack and easily the best racetrack in all of South Carolina. South Dakota is next. I think the best racetrack in all South Dakota is Hussett Speedway. Hussett Speedway opened as a 3/8 mile dirt oval in 1954 and was named after owner Till Hussett. The track temporarily closed in 1956 and reopened in 1958 after it was sold. The track would see different owners throughout the track's history, and it was eventually renamed to the Badlands Motor Speedway in 2015. The track shut down in May of 2017 and was not in use for a couple of years. In 2020, the track was sold to a guy named Todd Kearing, and the track would reopen in August 2020. The track would be renamed to Hussett Speedway. Hussett Speedway has notable racing series such as Worldofoutlaws, USAC, Lucas Oil Late Model Dirt Series, and All-Star Circuit of Champions. With good amenities and a great venue, I think Hussett Speedway is the best racetrack in all of South Dakota. Next up is Tennessee. There are many great racetracks in the state of Tennessee. Some notable tracks include Nashville Superspeedway, Nashville Fairground Speedway, Clay Hill Motorsports Park, Duck River Raceway, and Smoky Mountain Speedway, just to name a few. Those racetracks are great and have historical racing value. However, there's also the Bristol Motor Speedway in Bristol, Tennessee, which has got to be the best racetrack in Tennessee just because of how grand it is. Bristol Motor Speedway opened in 1961 as a half-mile short track. The NASCAR Cup Series would immediately come to the track and held 2 races at Bristol in 1961. Bristol Motor Speedway is known as the last great Coliseum. This is because of Bristol's unique venue that has grandstand seating around the whole racetrack, making it look like a Coliseum. Bristol is also known as a very exciting track because it features intense short track racing. Fans love Bristol Motor Speedway. Other racing series that are held at Bristol Motor Speedway include the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the ARCA Menard Series, and the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour Series. In addition to the short track, Bristol also has a 1/4 mile drag strip that the NHRA Drag Racing Series comes to. Bristol Motor Speedway has become an iconic and famous track in the racing world. For having awesome and intense short track racing, it makes Bristol Motor Speedway the best racetrack in Tennessee. Next up is Texas. There are so many good racetracks to choose from. Some of those tracks include I-37 Speedway, South Texas Race Ranch, Hardo Texas Speedway, Abilene Speedway, Lone Star Speedway, and so much more. For this list, I am going with Circuit of the Americas. Circuit of the Americas was opened in 2012 as about a 3.4 mile road course, along with the option to use multiple different layouts. Circuit of the Americas immediately hosted the F1 Grand Prix of America and has been doing so ever since 2012. Other notable events to be held at Circuit of the Americas include Grand Prix Motorcycle Racing, FIA World Endurance Championship, the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the Trans Am Series, and Moto America. In addition to racing, Circuit of the Americas also has an amusement park and an amphitheater where they host concerts. Circuit of the Americas is an all-around state-of-the-art facility that hosts great road course racing and a very memorable track. I think that Circuit of the Americas is worthy to hold the title of the best racetrack in all of Texas. Next up is my home state of Utah. Utah does not have many racetracks, unfortunately, thus making racing hard to come by in Utah. There is Desert Thunder Raceway in Price, Millard County Raceway in Delta, and Diamond Valley Speedway near Vernal. However, by far the best racetrack in all of Utah is the Utah Motorsports Campus. The Utah Motorsports Campus, now called the Burt Brothers Motorplex, opened in 2006. This track was built by former NBA Utah Jazz owner Larry H. Miller. The track is a massive 4-mile road course that has a few different track layout options for racing. The track would immediately attract the attention of notable racing series such as the NASCAR Canyon West Pro Series, the American Le Mans Series, which is now IMSA, the Pirelli World Challenge, Moto America, and even the Trans Am Series. This track was booming and thriving, but nowadays, the track is host to a lot of regional racing and also Formula D and also the Porsche Sprint Challenge North America USA West Series. Despite not being as good as it once was, the Burt Brothers Motorplex is still an amazing track and has fun road course racing. Vermont doesn't have a lot of racetracks, but the ones they do have are great. There is Bear Ridge Speedway in Bradford with its great lineup of short track dirt racing. There's also Devil's Bowl Speedway in West Haven, which also has a great lineup of short track dirt racing. But Thunder Road Speedball in Barrie, Vermont isn't my pick. Thunder Road Speedball opened in 1960 by Ken Squire, who would eventually become a pioneer in the broadcast scene of NASCAR. At the time, he felt that there needed to be a paved asphalt track in an area where there were tons of dirt tracks. Thunder Road is a quarter-mile paved short track and it is known for its high banks. This track hosts modifieds, late models, and street stocks. This track is host to the Vermont Milk Bowl. At the end of the Vermont Milk Bowl, whoever earned enough points between 3 different segments of racing is declared the winner. The winner is then expected to kiss a cow. Thunder Road Speed Bowl was also host to lower division series NASCAR races. NASCAR sanctioned racing has not been the track since 2003. This track has been called one of the toughest short tracks in the nation by Ken Squire himself. But you could say he's biased because he started the track, but I digress. This is a great and fun short track with lots of great racing. I really enjoy this track and personally think that this is the best racetrack in all of Vermont. The next state is Virginia. Virginia was hard to choose from. Virginia has a plethora of great racetracks, including South Boston Speedway, Virginia International Raceway, Langley Speedway, Richmond Raceway, Rat Bullring, and Pulaski County Motorsports Park. And that's not even mentioning all the other great dirt tracks that are located in Virginia. For Virginia, I went with the Martinsville Speedway. Martinsville Speedway is a classic short track. Martinsville Speedway was opened in 1947 as a half-mile dirt track. Martinsville Speedway would be on the very first NASCAR Cup Series schedule in 1949. The track would later be repaved in 1955 to be an asphalt racetrack. Ever since then, the track has hosted the NASCAR Cup Series, the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series, the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, the NASCAR Wheeling Modified Tour Series, and also late model races. This track is known for providing fans with great short track racing that includes a lot of beating and banging and also lots of exciting finishes. The racing at Martinsville is really good. Another notable thing about Martinsville Speedway is their hot dogs they sell at their concession stand. The hot dogs are distributed by the company Jesse Jones, and the Martinsville hot dogs are usually topped with mustard, chili, coleslaw, and onions. The best part is that the hot dogs only cost $2. All of this and more is why I think Martinsville Speedway is the best racetrack in all of Virginia. The next state that is up is Washington. This state was another hard state to choose from. Washington has a great number of racetracks including Pacific Raceways in Kent, Tri-City Speedway in West Richland, Calypso Raceway Park in Airway Heights, Ridge Motorsports Park in Shelton, and Grace Harbor Raceway in Elma. But I think the best racetrack in Washington is Evergreen Speedway in Monroe. Evergreen Speedway opened in 1954 as a 0.6-mile track, The track would also build a 0.3-mile inner short track and a figure-8 track inside of the racetrack. Evergreen Speedway has a plethora of racing events including street stocks, mini stocks, wing sprint cars, late models, and figure-8 races. Evergreen Speedway also has a sanctioning from NASCAR, which means they hold the NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series. In 2011, Douglas Hobbs of High Road Promotions LLC won an auction held by Snohomish County, where Evergreen Speedway is located, to operate the track through 2036. This ensured that NASCAR sanctioned racing will be held at Evergreen Speedway through 2036. Evergreen Speedway has good racing and beautiful scenery all around the track. I think that Evergreen Speedway is the best racetrack in all of Washington. Next up is West Virginia. There are a handful of racetracks in West Virginia, but they are all pretty good. There is Tyler County Speedway in Milburn, Beckley Speedway in Mount Hope, Ohio Valley Speedway in Washington, and Ona Speedway in Ona. All of them are very active and are holding lots of racing events. But that track I chose is West Virginia Motor Speedway. West Virginia Motor Speedway opened in 1984 as a 5/8-mile dirt oval. By 2012, the track would be shortened to a 1/3-mile dirt track. And in 2017, the track would be shut down. The track would remain abandoned for a few years until it was brought back to life for 2021. After 2021, the track would be in limbo, and the track would be looking for a new buyer. In 2025, the track was officially bought by Mike and Beckley Hurley, and they would have big plans for the racetrack. The 2026 season will be highlighted by the World of Outlaws and the Lucas Oil Dirt Series. Other than that, there will be a lot of late model dirt racing at West Virginia Motor Speedway. I think that this is the best racetrack in West Virginia. Next up is Wisconsin. Wisconsin is littered with a bunch of good racetracks. Some of these racetracks include the Milwaukee Mile in West Allis, La Crosse Fairgrounds in West Salem, Mississippi Thunder Raceway in Fountain City, Madison International Raceway in Madison, and Cedar Lake Speedway in West Richmond, just to name a few. The track I have chosen for Wisconsin is Road America. Road America opened in 1955 and is a massive 4-mile road course. The track has long straightaways and some winding turns. The track has become a popular road course. Road America currently hosts IndyCar, IMSA, Trans Am, FR Americas, Moto America, GT World Challenge America, and also the SCCA Racing Series. Road America has previously hosted the NASCAR Cup Series and the NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. Road America has become a premier racing venue in the United States and is a great racetrack. With all the racing events and great racing at Road America, I think that Road America is the best racetrack in the state of Wisconsin. Our last and final state is Wyoming. There are 4 dirt tracks that make up the lineup of racetracks in Wyoming: Casper Speedway in Casper, Gillette Thunder Speedway in Gillette, Sheridan Speedway in Sheridan, and my choice is Sweetwater Speedway in Rock Springs. Sweetwater Speedway opened in the 1970s as a 3/8-mile dirt track, and the track is thriving to this very day. Sweetwater Speedway has modifieds, sport mods, and sport compacts. This is a fun local dirt track, and you can see that there's a lot of care put into the track and people really do love the racetrack. Sweetwater Speedway is my pick for the best racetrack in all of Wyoming. And there you have it. I have ranked the best racetrack in every US state. I have loved seeing the responses I've gotten in all my videos. This has been fun and great to see. As always, if you disagree with my picks in any way, then let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below. If you like this type of content, then subscribe for more great NASCAR content. Anyways, thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.